Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing a 2023 Ram 3500 dually mega cab with the night edition package, aka the most expensive diesel truck for sale today until the new Ford F-350 comes out. But anyways, before we get into this video, a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Dodge Ram here in Bountiful, Utah for giving me some time with this truck. I'm going to include a link to their inventory in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. If you have any questions or need any help, just ask for Chris. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. So powering this truck is the high output Cummins. It's a turbocharged 6-liter inline 6 that goes through a 6-speed automatic transmission known as the Ison. Power outputs are 420 horsepower and then 1,075 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we go over the front end, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. Notice the headlights are also all blacked out, and I love the daytime running light. I think that looks really cool. The grille also blacked out as well with this night edition package. And then you guys can see the fog lights on either side with the tow hooks. And putting it all together with the limited grille and the lights and then the night edition blacking everything out, this is seriously like the coolest looking Ram ever. Come around the side here, our tire and wheel setup is 235/80/17 in the front and over in the rear as well. And then you guys can see the wheels have also been blacked out to go with this night edition package. And then here's a quick look at the front suspension. Just look how beefy everything is with this truck. We've got these body painted fender flares here. Notice the badges are all blacked out. We've got the new style of trailer mirrors. And then notice like the door handle is blacked out, and then that's where you can see Megacab. These wheels look so interesting being all blacked out. Anyways, being at 3500, we've got leaf springs and then, well, 2 wheels because dually. And then here's your full side view on the pickup truck. Again, with everything all blacked out, it looks so sweet. So here's our key fob. We have our unlock function, our lock function, remote start, the tailgate drop down, and the limited logo there on the back end. Well, let's drop her down. Now, popping into the bed, we have 5,080 pounds of payload capacity, and something to mention, with the Mega Cab, you cannot get an 8-foot bed. You can only get a 6'4" box, which is obviously what this one has. Now, we've got all of the plugins and everything here for the 5th wheel setup, and we also have a full power outlet as well. And then we have a spray-in bed liner, which seems like it's hard to come by nowadays with modern pickup trucks. Also, LED bed light switch. You can use this little thing here to turn those on or off. Lifting this up, it's actually pretty light. And then all of the badges here on the back also blacked out, kind of to be expected. And then look at the taillights, pretty cool. That's blacked out in the center. And then notice with the bumper, you've got the parking sensors there with towing capacity. So this has a 3.73 axle ratio, high output. I might be off by a little bit, but I think it's at least like mid-20s with the towing. Might be more though. Let me know in the comment section down below if I'm wrong. I've got the towing chart somewhat memorized. Anyways, aside from my guessing with the towing capacity, here's the rest of the rear. Let me know what you guys think about the overall style on this truck with everything being blacked out. Now, taking a look at the door panel here, you guys can see really nice leather trim. Look at the wood trim down below, and then the embroidery, and then more really nice leather trim all the way across. And then we've got our power side steps. Now, here are the seats in the back. Really nice leather trim. Notice perforated all down the center portion. Now, this is just to recline the seat. This is for like your massive fold down. So to basically fold it all the way into the floor, which that's going to block it, so we can't really do that. But we also have storage space behind the seats as well. And this is why everyone loves the Mega Cab so much, is because, well, it's just, let's lock that back to place. It's really nice. And then this latch here at the top, this just folds down the seat like that if you don't want to fold it all the way down into the floor. Legroom's really good, and look at those fancy limited floor mats and not fancy shoes. Anyways, we've got this little storage pocket right here with more embroidery, which is pretty cool. Again, more of that blacked out wood trim. And then you guys can see here with the USBs, we got heated seats in the back. We got a full power outlet as well. No cooled seats though, interesting. And then headroom back here is really good. And we have a cup holder armrest. Now, with the front door panel, it's identical to the rear with the overall design and like material use. Those front 2 windows are automatic. The mirrors do power fold in. We also have our memory seat function. And then these are the new adjustments for the mirrors, well, functions I should say. So these are for the lights. This is to extend the mirrors out. So instead of having a flip up function, you can basically extend the mirrors out, just like Ford and Chevy. And then the other function is just to adjust that little convex mirror. And the mirrors do have blind spot monitoring. And then here's the front seat. Look at the piping, and then you guys can see perforated all down the center portion. Power adjustments here on the side as well. And then we have this to turn on the outlet there in the bed. Got our light controls here with a fog light and our cargo light. And then the steering wheel is manually adjustable, and then you've got your adjustment for the pedals too. So taking a look at the steering wheel, we've got really nice leather trim all around. You got wood trim here at the bottom, but not at the top anymore. It's just leather there at the top now. Anyways, we have our gear limiter feature right there. We've got regular cruise control as well as adaptive radio controls here on the back of the steering wheel, some controls for the center stack, phone controls as well. And then we have our turn signal windshield wiper stock, and we've got a good old-fashioned column shifter with some nice stitching. Now here's the gauge cluster, new digital gauge cluster here with the limited. So first off, we can go from our basically like analog view to digital view. So it's pretty cool how it like fully changes there. And then the other cool party trick with this also, so you can see the pressure of all the tires, by the way, is the map view. So you can see the navigation screen here in the center. And so yeah, just a big improvement over the previous gauge cluster. But let me know if you like this one more or if you like the older one more. So here's our backup camera situation. You guys can see trajectory lines turn with the steering wheel, and then we have a bunch of different viewpoints here with this truck. And this like little zoom feature right there. I mean, you can see out of like every single angle, and we even have like the reverse guidance as well. So yeah, from a camera perspective, I mean, it's really good. Now, as for the rest of the infotainment system, first off, we got a shortcut bar at the bottom, which here's a closer view at that. And that lets me go into the different menus pretty easily. It does take a second for some things to load up though, as you can see when I press them. Notice we can also, lower the bed as well, because this one has the rear air suspension. So that's also another nice feature which can help with towing. And then also that's for the power side steps if you ever need to wash them or something like that. But easy to use. And then you guys can see we've got lane departure here at the top, hazard lights, and then there's a little charging port right there, by the way. But analog climate controls on either side of the infotainment system, radio controls as well. And then we've got our parking sensors here, tow haul mode, stability control, diesel exhaust brake with our alternate trailer height, and then look at our trailer steering right there. And then our trailer brake controls right next to it. Now here's our drive line select. We have our two-wheel drive, four-wheel high, four-wheel low, and then your true neutral as well. And now we're gonna have our dash appreciation moment is what we're gonna call it. Look at the leather trim. I mean, this all looks so nice in the wood trim and everything. They've done a great job. Anyways, down below we've got our USBs and our auxiliary. We've got our wireless phone charging pad as well. And then you guys can see power outlet there at the very bottom. And then we have this nice like wood trim here. Actually, I'll pick up the center console so I can show you this one. There you go, look at that. Measuring charts here on the back. And then you guys can see the limited here on the top, which is nice. And yeah, so pretty solid. Don't worry, I wouldn't forget about the glove box. So we got a double glove box set up here. Notice how it says limited there. I think that's really nice. And the wood trim and everything also looks great. Up top here, we've got our rear view camera mirror, which you guys know I'm a huge fan of. This one also has a sunroof here at the top. And then we also have a power sliding rear window as well. Okay, well, let's take a quick gander here at the window sticker. We've got our base MSRP of $79,885. And this has quite a few options added to it. Night edition, $2,500. You guys can see the limited level 1, almost $7,000. The high output, just over $12,000. And shut the front door, $110,155. I said it. It's like the most expensive truck ever. Well, diesel truck at least. Until the Ford F350 and F450 limiteds come out. But anyways, let's see what $110,000 drives like. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility over the hood. Both of the mirrors do have blind spot monitoring. And throughout the rest of the rear, rather. Apparently I can't talk today. Well, it's every day. And let's set off. We're reversing off first. So I guess we get to test out this 360 camera system. And let me tell you a little bit of a story while we're backing up. Chris gave me a text today about this truck. He's like, hey, we got this in, would you be interested? And I'm like, are you kidding me? This is like the truck to review because it's such a rare truck. Like dealers just really don't order, you know, these fully loaded 3500s very often. And so like finding one to review is just pretty much next to impossible. So I am super grateful that I have the chance to review this, because it'll probably be the only time that I see one of these this year. But anyways, setting off, this thing feels like a beast. Tons of torque. Wow. And the high output does really well. So being a 3500 unloaded, it is gonna be a little bit rough riding, but I'm actually surprised by how comfortable this is. I just drove a 3500 Longhorn. That was a crew cab. I feel like the Megacab drives like smoother for some reason. I don't know why that is, but this seems like it's a little bit more comfortable with the suspension. Gosh, we're gonna be stuttering halfway through the video. Yeah, it's really comfortable though. Seat comfort's great too. Yeah, this truck just, I feel like such a boss in this truck. But I mean, I'd hope so for $110,000, right? But yeah, the torque's really good. Yeah, it's so smooth. It's honestly like impressive. And you know, I've seen a lot of like negative comments on these new trailer mirrors. I like these more than the old mirrors. Visibility is way better, frankly. Like, I would take these mirrors over the old mirrors any day of the week, having experienced both of them. Yeah, this truck drives so well. I think the that's the thing, air suspension. I don't think that Longhorn had the air suspension, so that's what's smoothing things out so much. This has the rear air suspension, so that's gonna make things a lot more comfortable. Oh, thank goodness, we got the left turn there. So that's what it is. I thought it was, yeah, I thought it was the fact that it was Megacab, but it's the air suspension. Oh yeah, because the front's still pretty stiff. It's the back end that's a little bit squishier. So I guess if you want a more comfortable ride with your Ram HD, then get the Air Ride. Okay, well, we're gonna be getting our acceleration here with the high output. Torque! This is full throttle, by the way. I love this gauge cluster too, it looks so cool. It's pretty quick. I mean, for, again, a 3500 heavy duty, it's pretty dang quick. Also, good thing we're not going more than just this exit right here, because that is traffic with a capital T. So, summing things up with this truck, I think this is such a cool truck, honestly. Like, this is how like the route that I would go if I were going to get, you know, a limited, is with the night edition package. I know $2,500 seems like a bit of money, but like when you're already, I mean, $2,500 when it's already $100,000, it's another 2.5% with the price. But, you know, overall, like, yeah, just such a nice truck. And another comment that I've seen quite often is like, yeah, these truck prices are really expensive, but if you use this truck for work, you can justify the price because the truck will ultimately pay for itself. And if you're in a more comfortable truck while you're using this for work, then, you know, you'll be able to do more work. And I'm talking about, like, you know, towing with this and everything. I mean, you guys get the point. So anyways, let me know what you guys think about this limited. As of right now, until the new Ford F-Series comes out, the Super Duty, this is the most expensive diesel truck that you can buy today, $110,000. Who would have thought we would ever get to this point?